is the 16th degree and the 1 to 4. So how did we differentiate ourselves? Because the knowledge of equality tells you, right, that Peter Paul writes, the seeds of the planet earth do not believe in the teaching of the 10% who hold wise and know who the true living God is, who teach that the true living God is the Son of Man, free being black man information, teach freedom, justice, and equality to all human families of the planet earth. But the knowledge degree only defined who we were. The knowledge equality degree defined what we were at that particular time. When the law came home in 67, he saw Hashim. What did he see? He saw that one of his sons had became a what? Father. So then he knew that the father and the son was one and the same because he saw the growth. Not just mentally, but he saw that growth physically. So he told the gods, you're the gods, and he told his children, he told his women, he said, you the earth that is earth. Look at that young God that just came through your womb after 270 days. You know, because when the live air city party, when the black man took the journey into the center of the earth, and he planted down her explosive, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, and into the darkness of the uterine canal, right? The life seed that we carry. Who carries the life seed? Are y'all confused? No. Who carries the life seed in their body? God carries. Is that why? Why? Because we the two-headed man. Does anybody disagree? No. Does everybody understand why we are the two-headed man? Yeah. I do. Okay, because we got two heads. This head right here, we give life through sound. We have another head. That's between our legs. This head is between our arms. But we have another head between our legs. But it serves the purpose to be the conduit for our life seed to transform from the gas of thought into the living liquid to become the combination of gases, liquids, and solids. And while it is in the darkness of the uterine canal, it finds its first earth, which is the egg. It claims it, it owns it, and unless he wants a twin, no other can come inside. And then for that 9 months, she bears that life from that 1 day to the 270th day, which is again the 1 to 9. That's 1 month to 9 months. Then there's a flood. What is the flood significance? The flood is the coming of new life onto the planet. That is the water breaker. When the water breaks, that's the great flood. I get that a lot of people really are not understanding the reality of being the true living God in the flesh of your being. But that the life force that we have is the life force that we give, which makes us the forever people with no beginning or ending. See, when these lessons say these things, you have to understand why. And if you read the Fox and the newspaper, you'll find out why. And it's available at the table back here. But what I really want y'all to see, what I really want y'all to understand, is that we as the true living gods have a responsibility to these babies. Now, the responsibilities we have to these babies is to make these things which could ordinarily be boring be exciting. Because when I was a young God, I came early and I stayed late. I had brothers that was fire breathers. And when they spoke, I felt it. Like electricity running through my body. And so I said to myself, I have to go home and I have to study. Because in order for me to be as intelligent as that man that I was a witness to, because I don't bear witness. I don't know how many of you guys are in bear witness. I'm the eyewitness. It's the difference. My woman bears. She bears. I'm the I and the I. I'm the I self, Allah, master. So I'm the eyewitness. And as I was the eyewitness to my brother's ability to take this knowledge and make it born, I said I wanted it for myself, but I couldn't get it through osmosis. I couldn't get it just from sitting in that chair. I had to go home, study, and dedicate myself to making this the work that I do for the rest of my life. So when I talk about the work that I do, I really want to increase. Because at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand and give yourself credit for the work that you've done as a nation of people who came up by our own bootstraps. We lifted ourselves up out of the soil. got some of the greatest artists, some of the greatest musicians. We have some of the greatest electricians. We have some of the greatest law firms. Right? You see this book? How many people read this book? You know who wrote this book? I did. But you know why I wrote this book, Cosmer? I didn't write the book for money. I wrote the book so that my brothers who were trapped in an unmentionable situation, suffering in the belly of the beast, could find freedom and relief. And so what I made sure my purpose was to be able to free this culture behind the bars, walls, and fences of America's institutions. Right? Because America has declared that our beautiful nation is some kind of group, gang, or organization that they need to crush under their foot. But what I let them know is you ain't doing nothing here. You understand? And that the true living God can stand up. I don't care if you want me to come into that federal courthouse and get in front of that Supreme Court judge, you want me to face off with the Attorney General, I do it. And I win. Because I'm not a loser. And I'm not a loser because I'm a winner. You understand? And I'm a winner because, see, I got the knowledge. See, Allah said kill all religion. So I don't get where people are coming with intentions. God, if you have a case and you use the hard word, I reject your case.
Tell me the truth, boy.
And see, because what I did for legal purposes is define this nation as a God-centered culture. Because I already understood that the culture is our God. And we already understand that everything we do is centered in the knowledge of God and the reality of God. And so what I did was, almost 20 years ago, we set up the National Office of Social Affairs. And it's called NOFA. And what I did was, is that when intelligent tribunal in this case, I met with the Department of Corrections in New York. We had a emergency meeting with the law school in Memphis. Dumont, Lawby, everybody came up for it. I made law and justice. Right? I made him the head of NOFA, and I just took prison policy because I didn't create it for self-aggrandizement. I created the institution because as a nation, act with an institution that made you a nation. You can't just say you're a nation. You must be able to operate as a nation. And in order to operate as a nation, you have to create national institutions. So no, it's just one. Right? And so for the past 20 years, we freed the nation in 16 different states. 17 states. You understand what I'm saying? And now the guards and people, they get to celebrate the fall. They get to celebrate their holidays. Right, God? They get to celebrate the fall students. They get to celebrate Sean Cruz. They get to celebrate day one. Not day one. Before we do day one, that's the last one on the count of year. We gave them a family day. So that their life and they can kind of mirror our life out here. And so, you know, it wasn't easy. I had opposition. I found opposition internally. But I pushed forward, like I said. But that was just one of the things. For the last 20 years, I've been a writer for Fox. And I've been a writer, not for money, because I don't receive a salary, I don't get paid. When I create an institution, no, I don't receive a salary, I don't get paid. Because I'm the one that does it. And I keep working and money separate. So at the end of the day, right, I have no limitation because I can get you. But at the end of the day, what I want y'all to be proud of is the fact that whether you know it or not, this nation, you know what I'm saying, has ownership of property. We have professional people. We have my brother Josh Mel, who's very prominent, you know what I'm saying, and what he's doing, and I'll let him share that if you want to share it. You know what I'm saying? But he has a way in which he can interview different people from all walks of life and to be seen and heard. We have different people here. We got the lucky back there, right? Who I've known forever. He's got a whole mechanical engineering company. We have success stories within this nation. And I want y'all to understand, don't let nobody play you for cheap. Don't nobody tell you we ain't built this. We've been built. You understand what I'm saying? And what I come to do today is to bring this nation together, regardless of the thought of idea, right? Because I just want y'all to know. All of us know each other because we got history in this nation that's really strong. How many people got knowledge in the 80s? How many people got knowledge in the 90s? How many people got knowledge in the 2000s? How many people got knowledge after COVID? So everybody in here had knowledge before COVID? Did everybody in here have knowledge before? Okay, so everybody in here had knowledge before COVID, right? Yeah. So that means that somebody knew you before COVID, right? You got history, right? There's no mystery, God, right? So a man with no history, is he a mystery?
Yes. The mystery in yourself.
Right? I'm just saying, let's ask. You got history? I know you. Do I got history? How many of y'all know me?
Truth, I master quality, God.
Okay. What I'm saying is, if you ain't got no history, man, I don't set no history. Listen.
Oh, thank you so much.
If there's an agent in here, raise your hand. Come on, don't be shy. No. It's okay. If you're an agent and you've been sent, don't worry, we're not going to be angry at you or anything. Just raise your hand. If they sent you here to see what we do or to slow our progress, then just raise your hand. Okay, so nobody's raising their hand? Let me tell you something, man. Don't play God. Don't play God. Because we do this for them. And I'm pointing at baby. Don't misconstrue. We're not allowing nobody to come in here and play with this thing. See, this is why the knowledge he reads, the knowledge, wisdom, our understanding, our culture, our fact, even all the way to knowledge on. That's what we want. Because you see, God, we protect this nation. Right, God? From all enemies, whether they foreign or domestic. Nobody. If you ain't qualified to have your finger on the power and control of the economics of this nation, boy, you don't step down. Because if you ain't qualified, if you ain't got no history, what qualifies you? Because you talking today. Where was you yesterday? Why nobody know you yesterday? If you know me from yesterday, then you know I am nothing if I ain't consistent. History is the proof that you're here for a reason, not for a season. I'm saying, especially if you're not an agent, you ain't never been with these. If your ears ain't burning right now, good. You went in the good God. But if your ears are burning, it's because you know, oh, they on me. They don't put on to me. You know, Steve Copley used to all the time, because when you start revealing the devil, see, God is in the flesh of his being, right? The devil ain't. What did he just do? Look at the black devils that killed that black man the other day, and now they running his death. Him getting beat to death. It's on the end of the street like a snuff film. And every day our young sons and daughters is watching a man that look like them get beat to death. And it's on MSNBC, CNN, it's on your local news station. How come the death of a black man is shown with no shame? Don't y'all feel some kind of way? If y'all don't feel that, then let me know.
They don't feel
But I feel it.
They don't feel it.
Because at the end of the day, we are the forever people. And our life is the life that everybody is really dependent on. I want to get you Unite the Seasons. Because in this nation, the Lord told us about Unite the Seasons. We thought it was only about the black, the brown, and the yellow. But remember when our own brother came over here and found out that we was over here, that we had been kidnapped from home 400 years ago, and they found out we was over here? Do you know that in 2019, that Ghana, which is the place that a lot of our ancestors who became kidnapped victims and made slaves over here were taken from Ghana? Did you know that in 2019, Ghana made an announcement to all black Americans? Do you know what the announcement was? Yes. Okay, so for those of you who know, let me share this with those who don't.
All right.
In 2019, Ghana said to black Americans, there is a right to return. You were kidnapped from our homeland. We're very sorry we didn't come to your rescue early. But now, in 2019, we are offering you the right to return. You can now receive dual citizenship with your hand. That is the uniting of the city. But what happened? The white man shut the whole world down in 2019. What happened in 2019? What did they call it? COVID what? So soon as our people make the knowledge born that we got the right to return home, the devil say, oh no you don't. COVID-19 shut the world down. I'm the devil. I shut the world down. Shut the world down. Can't move. Can't go nowhere. Can't get on the plane. And I'm gonna stick you with this poison. I'm gonna stick you with this poison. You ain't gonna unite no seed. Because they know, because the black seed is like the foundation sheet. You understand, Father Time? Right? So they already know that the essence of existence exists within us. Because we the forever people. And that's why we the ones that they kill on the planet. That's why, do you know that we're the only people on the planet in America that government gives permission to their government officers to murder anyone? It's called qualified immunity. How many of y'all knew that? The police have qualified immunity to murder you. So, listen, gods and verse. When I say you, that means you, me, my daughter, my sons, my grandsons, my granddaughters. What are we going to do about it? What have you done about it? Huh? Say something wrong that the Jews don't like. Every station is on high alert. Y'all condemn Kanye, but oh my gosh, he said that's not right. The whole world went crazy. They killed a black man, the world is silent. The only ones that seem to care when we get murdered is us. But if somebody offends another ethnic group, because remember I told you about the United Seeds, but all of these seeds, and we don't look at the devil as a seed, he's a graphic term. But the strange things, when men become women and women become men, we knew all of this. We had foreknowledge. We knew that this would happen. Now in the 21st century, God and earth, we are the eyewitnesses, the earth should bear witness in this reality. Because in the 20th century, this was not happening. Where you got shapeshifters, when you got to be careful now, because a Martha shifted his shape so much, you don't know if it's a woman or a man. Understand the significance of what I'm telling you. When I tell you that the black man is God and the white man is the devil, I'm not calling names. I'm showing you the devil is in the presence of the king, and he's doing his job. And his job is to make men as feminine as he can. His job is to make women as masculine as he can, so that you as man and woman won't come together to bring forth that black seed, that brown seed. Remember, they practiced mass murder of the black seed for 200 years. Did y'all forget that?
No.
And then for the next 200 years, he practiced the murder of the brown seed. And then for the next 200 years, he practiced the mass murder of the yellow seed. Why? Because in order for him to come into existence, for that man to be successful in all of his undertakings, for that man to come out the caves, look at the great civilizations that we built, and then become the ruler of our planet. After being a caveman, if y'all don't understand that its expiration date didn't pass, if y'all don't understand that the knowledge was given to you to be the gods of the earth and to be the saviors of self so that you could save the world, why do you think God would want to unite seeds with us? Because they know we have the intellectual capability to raise their mentality. They got the natural resources. We are the best part of the planet Earth. That's where they stole us. But the best part of the planet Earth was invaded. And our people in Ghana don't even know that they've been colonized. They really believe in the white Jesus.
Yes, they do.
All of the gold, the diamonds, the emeralds, the cobalt, everything that goes into making cell phones and car batteries, it's in the best part of the planet Earth. That's our own land. Understand the riches that are at our fingertips, God and earth, when we unite the seed. What I'm trying to show you is the power is yours. The power is ours. The power is mine. And if you don't got the power to fill these seats, if you ain't the peace with the magnetic, let me tell y'all something. The projects don't got no magnetic. I understand. The projects don't got no magnetic. The parliament do. And the reason why I asked y'all all to come together is so that the concentrated power of the gods of the earth to be an example that y'all can take home with you in your phone, that you can see for yourself. And so that you can interpret the fact that when we say you want to see the laws come together, yeah, let's start coming together. You understand what I'm saying, guys? You know, I got one question and I'm going to answer this one.
Praise the Lord.
And that's the cultural thing.
Listening, you give me the impression that you create what you come to, of course it comes from my law.
Yes, God. Yes. Me and my co-founder, Powerful Movement Nation, all
Okay, that's not what it is.
Yes. And then, how many go, wait a minute, how many gods was in the institution when the no policies went into effect and they were able to, you was there, was you there?
That's why I asked.
Right, God. And what I'm saying to you, you're right, God, because at the end of the day, those who benefited, right, and are able to, you were able to wear your universal flag. You didn't have to act like you were some Masonic secret society. You understand? Because in my day, if they came for my flag, they had to get down physically. Because we got down physically. You understand? This God in here that was dead, we was dead together. And God, when it comes to this right here, God, it don't matter. See, geography doesn't matter. If you stand for this, you ain't falling for nothing. You understand? You're going to stand on your square, and guess what? The Catholics, they don't want to respect it. The wardens don't respect it. We going to come to you, we going to say, please help me. I can't control this facility. So I set up communication, education, health, and God, GOP. But that was over 20 years ago. I ain't been that. You can't have me that. But what I'm saying to y'all is, when we set up these institutions, like in 1984, I wrote a decree code with a lawmaker, we said not to marry under the government. Because I didn't like the fact that in a nation where we beloved, the fathers were most beloved, you understand me saying, entity in existence, these people they act like they got the right to call our children bastards. Who is you talking to? I wish you would. Say it to my face. So, if you feel that way, then do something to change it. So I did. You can't call my children bastards. You understand? Because they're not fatherless. My children have fathers. Who you think you talk, watch your mouth. And I bet you I ain't gonna tell you again. So when I wrote the degree, that was what the degree was about. Getting that stigma off the children of this nation. So what he meant when he said not to marry under the government was for us to set up our own system of government where now we could come together as God and earth under the sun, moon, and stars according to our own cultural tenets. And the beautiful thing about it is that we get to write what those cultural tenets would have been, how they would have been, how we would live it out, how we would show them through, so that all the young earths who in their dream cycle would see themselves bonding with the young God of their choice when they come to home for 20 years straight and they meet the young God and they go to the young God, the young God goes to the parent and says, peace, your earth is your young earth is beautiful and I would like to court her and I would like to make her my earth. You understand? These are the things that nations do when they're growing and developing. You create these institutions. When Powerful Ruler Nation went home, his physical family allowed me to write his going home ceremony. It took place in Medina with you. I had Duval lead it. I wrote every God that presented, I wrote it all. When it was time for the 50th year anniversary, I went to the Apollo Theater and God came with me. And that thought, just from that idea, it actually happened. It cost $60,000, but we did it. The nation had an opportunity, right in the Apollo Theater, to celebrate its 50th anniversary. What I'm saying to you is,
60 next year.
I do the work, and I keep money and work separated.
Teach.
So I don't touch the money. You can't send me no money, because I do the work, and I keep money and work separated. You know why? Because people are liars. People will put your name in stuff that it don't belong in, simply because of fear. Because it's a fear of what they can't stop. See, listen, steel sharpens steel, right? So there's always going to be a system of checks and balances you can't get around. You can't be. You understand what I'm saying? You're not smarter than the entire nation. There's just no way. We're not blind up and dumb. We're not slow gases. I used to call certain people radar. Because radar is as slow as gas anyway. And the reason why I call them that is because they think they're smart. Because they're intellectually equipped, right, to have a vocabulary. But if you are a surface dweller, and you don't dig in deep with this knowledge here, I tell you something, you're going to be built. You're going to get exposed. And knowledge is going to be gone. Same applies to me. So, it's been my pleasure and honor, because it's been so long since I've been able to see y'all. And I love y'all. And I'm here to unify, because I don't want nobody for 1 minute to think that we divided, and now it's their opportunity to come in here and cause a big cussing. Ain't gonna happen. There's not a brother in here, and I see every man that's in it. There's not a brother in here that I can't build with. There's not a brother in here that I don't want to build with. But I'm gonna tell you this: we build the buildings to destroy the secrets. Don't you ain't about to see in this nation. I got you. But you gotta have a history. You can't be a history. If you don't got no history, then essential. And again, just before I get off, if there's any agents in here, if you want to raise your hand, come on, it's okay. We just got a conversation outside. Just me and you. You know that? Yes, sir. We just got to have a conversation. Okay? And I know you're cool with that, right? Agents, you good with that? So, with that being said, I just want to say, training first, activate.
We need to earn something.
We didn't just say peace. We used to say things like, positive electrons, always create energy. We was really, like R2, we were so excited to have this knowledge that we used to go. But with that being said, I've taken up enough time. I love you all. And I want to say peace to God. Hey. I don't want anyone to think that we could be separated. See, we have honorable names, we have righteous names, and we forever honor the owners. We are the 5% nation of God's own. So don't get it twisted. Because we is one. That 5%.
Don't forget the paper, Sam. You said don't forget the paper.
Don't get your paper. Peace to God, girls.
Now it's time for nation's business. And after nation's business, we're going to go back and have the speaker speak. But it will not be for 45 or 50 minutes. And Curtis knows who the next one behind him is because he wants to build as well. So now it's nation's business. Peace.
Peace to God's nerves.
I'll take it down to 15 minutes. That's what I got. This is nation's business, y'all.
One justice needs to make an announcement first before I come up here. No! Think I come up here for? Look at y'all! Come on, stop!
Don't tell me to stop. Tell me the paper. Page.
After I bring the Bible in, says, the Lord more justice for Pilar. I want to make a short announcement. Number one, we're getting ready to collect money for the next month's parliament. So you can reach us in your pocket and donate whatever you can so we can pay for next month's parliament. This parliament was paid for by the gods and herbs that was here last parliament that made donations. So we definitely need donations so we can pay for next month's parliament. So whether it be here or whether it be in Harriet Tubman, that's based on the knowledge and wisdom that I'm going to give to our brother Bilal in a little while. But either way, we will be inside somewhere. The second thing is, next month, Parliament is Father Equality Born. The gods of the earth want to do a feast in the Father's honor and the Father's name. Now, normally the earth get together and they prepare meals and we can have some food. We ask any and everybody to contribute to add on to the festivity for next month. The Father Equality Born, whether we have it here or whether we have it in Harriet Tubman, we want to keep tradition alive. So if I have any questions pertaining to those two things that I just spoke about, please feel free to talk to me on the side.
Peace to God's first name. I be lost mathematics, and I see today's mathematics be wisdom born, all being born to knowledge of knowledge. When I see wisdom, it tells me about accountability. Your ways and actions must be accountable for what you manifest to be. I'm striving every single day to be accountable in everything that I say, and everything I feel about. I've been saying since September, I'm going to make knowledge born where we at when it comes to the prefabricated building project. As I was building with the guards yesterday, we had $7,096. As I manifested, I showed the guards, everything that was in the meeting yesterday, we have to pay a maintenance fee of $13 every month. And that's from GE Bank. Me, the Ron Prince, and Paul Black, the 3 guards that's in charge of that account. The law said do things in 3. So anytime, anywhere, call me anytime. You want to know what's going on with that account? I'm not about to conceal it. I'm about making knowledge born. For those that don't know me, I came home from the Cherokee Cipher in Knowledgeville. When I was in the Cherokee Cipher, I was a facilitator of the Nation Guard first. I was also on the IOC Executive Board. I was also the chairman of the Vision Committee. I was all up and down the plantation where I was at. God said, "Would you come bring that energy and do something good with that energy?" I came to work home with my nation. Now, we're part of the Office of Cultural Management, part of the National Office of Cultural Affairs. The purpose of the Office of Cultural Management was to have an office that would be able to guard the person, be able to reach out to and get assistance of making the knowledge of what we are, they practice their way of life respectfully without being humiliated, discriminated against. I am the liaison for the Office of Cultural Management. Prefabricated building account is attached to the Office of Cultural Management. The Office of Cultural Management has a separate account, and a second and a savings account. Myself, University of Shaquem, and the Lodge of Justice is a part of that account. Again, anybody that wants to see the books in that can come anytime. I don't believe in concealing nothing. Since September of 2021, our brother, Born Black, asked this nation $100 from God's purpose for the purpose of creating our property, our yard. That was in September of 2021. I'm going to give a chronological timeline of events that took place to this said day. And it's important that I give you these events that took place. We started collecting gold. Come February of 2022, we had a school conference. This was renovating, restructuring our school, the foundation needed to be more strong. During that school conference, I believe the majority, I'm sure the majority agreed, before we shut down the law school, we need to have somewhere else to go. Why? On Monday and Tuesday, we have random jewelry. On Wednesday, we have MA. On Thursday, we have the Peace Corps. On Friday, we have the sewing class. On Saturday, we have the street coding, and you have the English and math class given by Unique Supreme. You also have civilization classes that's taught by Garner Law. On Sundays, you have AIT boxing. So before we agreed to shut down the law schools, we need somewhere to be able to continue to build. And that's what was agreed upon. I throw that out there because I'm full circle. Church of Engineer was sent to the school to look at what needed to be done to school. The report came back that the structural engineer is now born that the building is sound enough and it's going to be open for another 5 years. But if anything needed to be done, it needed to be the left-hand side, the back corner of that wall needs to be fixed. Without no time wasted at all. Born Justice Born Black got a contractor to come in and fix the back wall immediately, within a week. After that report came, in, again we said that before we do anything, let's make sure we have a place. I'm saying that this is what took place. I'm trying to get to it that first we had the prefabricated building, then we had the SOS, the renovation, and reestablish the foundation for a law school. I agree, 100% that needs to be done. But we said we want that building to stand for another 100 years. So if we want that building to stand for another 100 years, let's get something in that backyard so we can be able not just to have civilization classes, sewing classes, AIT classes, but to also to have universal quality. Me and Divine Prince went out and reached out to companies. Divine Prince for our qualification in steel, I found Boss Building. They both gave us a bid. But before I get to that, I need to touch base with what happened in August. In August, another Zoom conference took place about a 7-story building, something that was manifested in 2008, December of 2008, it was brought again in 2012. A re-established bringing this project back. So, started in 2003, that's fact. But it was spoken, and that was dealt with then. On the Knowledge God Day of September, a cipher took place at a law school. It was about understanding to culture cipher God's first did. I presented a proposal. The proposal was for a loan, which some people argue of us getting a $200,000 loan that can be paid back in 10 years. Let's go to October. University of Halloween in Medina. The Godfather Charbon proposed an economic plan. All registered members donated $20 a month. So that was 3 plans to try to generate money to get something on our property. From going back to the nation, to loan proposal, to the Godfather Charbon economic plan. What do this nation want to do? Do we agree before any shutdown is done for law school? Because if we're going to do it, let's do it right and exact. Let the floors be taken up, let the walls be taken down, the electrical source needs to be done, the plumbing needs to be done, the HVAC system needs to be done. It needs to be done properly and right and exact. So in order for that to be done, that means that school needs to be shut down from 8 months to a year. To be done right and exact. Take the floors up, put brand new beams and everything. As long as we're not destroying the face of that school.
Where you get that thinking from? How long? Just a question, God.
How long you have
Hold on, let me ask you a question. I just asked a question. You put out this big thing, 8 months to a year?
You can take anyway up to 8 months to a year.
Exactly. I just like to know what's your source, given that kind of time.
Speaking to people in the construction business. As you know now, if you look around Harlem, we were just building about this yesterday. Everybody say, how do you build all these buildings so quick? Because they prefabricated. Is that right, Zach Beloved? They prefabricated. That's how they execute buildings. But for order for us to do the rewiring, electrical source, the plumbing, the HVAC, we have to do it right as that. So let's put something on our property, shut down the school, so we can put something right as that. Either it'll be the school by itself or put something on top of it. Right now, $7,096. That's where we at. Every month I made my word as long comes physically here, I'm gonna let all down over where we at. That's one thing about me. I don't have to hide nothing. Except you find me. I'm on Facebook. People been Googling me. I get calls from all over the place. Shipping stuff to Canada. We also the licensed vendor for the nation of Baltimore. Just got finished shipping stuff to Canada. That's how far my building is going now. Anytime anybody want to know what's going on, again, the Office of Cultural Management meeting the first and third Sunday of every month at the Knowledge Hour. If you want to come and do the knowledge of what's being done, what's being said, come do the knowledge. Anybody want to see the books? You can see the books. I understand the past, but I'm talking about the present. What's different now than in 2005? that I'm with, they told me about the past, they told me what they did in the past, and what they do to clean up to make sure that it doesn't get repeated here at the law school method. And that's what I love about it. Law school method just got painted the last 2 to 3 weeks.
It's good too.
Just got finished doing the paint. My thing is, I don't know nothing about nothing. I know I have the knowledge, I have the principle, which is called knowledge. To be able to know, look, listen, and find out the proper way of doing something and learn how to put that in activation. And that's the type of energy I have. Again, I told you I'm the liaison. Y'all wanna know what my responsibility is? I'm speaking to the institution all across the United States. About to go to court, probably next month of February, for a case down there. Just sent the package to Tom issue, North Carolina Department of Corrections. Another package about to sit out with the next week, after we have our meeting next week, to Virginia State Department of Corrections. Constantly building and dealing with the issues that's in California Department of Corrections, especially in San Quentin. That's my duty and responsibility. 662 is all about my site. It's about building. I'm about building. Yes. We figure time frame take anywhere from 30 to 45 days to be able to start. You type of construction. Things like construction protocol, take care of that. And you figure, when you sit this stuff in front of some of these desks, sometimes you get shuffled around, get lost, and everything and stuff like that. You get sit here, you get sit here. The thing is that we need something now. We're spending $555 a month for this. $555 for this right now.
Build is good.
The idea was to get a venue to be able to have a dance next month. But that would cost $2 to get a venue for that. That would cost anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 to get a venue for that. Earth appreciation, which haven't been having right now, 2019. Last time we did something for Earth appreciation. We need a venue for that. When the last time we had our law social? What happens if we have our own? We're going to have to come out our pocket. The idea was to put a 50 by 70 foot building on our property in the back of the law school. That comes about 20 feet from the back door all the way to the back fence. You put 15 feet on that side. Somebody said go all the way over to the fence. So if I go all the way over to the fence on the right hand side, it would be 50 by 85 feet. Most buildings, there was an estimate of $85,000 to get everything that was needed to build that building. Certified, guaranteed, with a 55-year warranty. Anybody, my arm's name is Sheldon Herring. You want to go to my Facebook page, because that was recorded live and that proposal was manifested. Anybody want to see the schematic of the building and everything is said. I'm recording live right now. Every Universal Parliament, I record live and I make it available either on the Universal Parliament page, the Street Academy page, or the Nation of God's Earth page, Hudson Valley, New Harvest, Atlanta, as well as the Nation of God's Earth page in Medina, and Fox City newspaper page. So nothing can be forgotten. Nothing can be mistaken. Anybody that wants to donate to the prefabricated building project, you can see me, Devon Prince, or Born Black. It's about building. Builders build. Builders build. And it's about, it's about ways of living and being accountable for saying who and what you are. I learned that not to stop talking, start talking. And let me reassure chose to do the renovation project first, then come to prefab, and then go to the Lovett and Lionel project, it don't make a difference. You got to be 100%. But it's what this nation said we should do first. And I tell you, the most presented first for us to build our prefab building on our property first. And I think that's what we should stand. Because you have to think about it. That floor, stuff, the toilet, and redone and everything, they're gonna have nowhere to go. But that's the idea we presented to the nation. But you have other people that said they should do the renovation project first. But it's up to this nation. We just came to a point. We had to really have universal quality. We had no way. We never came to us. We got some place of people that we had about understanding money. And then we was out of place for universal quality again. It's about having something of our own. Whichever project this nation said we should do first, I'm a supporter. I'm with it.
So let me ask you a question. How was that decision made? A nation decision made? You said we did a nation decision, right? How was it made?
See how it's come
How the decision? And this auditorium right here, this is not the whole nation. I know they have, but let's read it.
And we live with other people now too. You know why? They have to have not more, at least more people on right now. So I'm speaking to them too as well. I'm not just speaking to them, that's why I'm making a bill on the Rob City newspaper page, Universal Quality page, and the Street Academy page. So if anybody gets, you know, if you say it's Universal Quality, they can go find out what happened. Huh? Because I bring it in the city, that's what we have. All right. Another purpose of
My name is
local
C.
management.
All right, your name is C.
Right now, local
My name is
management is reaching out to God.
So you're a C and I'm a C. So C.
As you know,
Okay.
a lot of
C
the
equality.
different regions now, a lot of government works establishing their own fireworks under the nation of God's first. We've been doing now and building. You know what I do? Make sure that everybody can tune in each other. There used to be a conference that took place every year. We want to get the conference back on again. If that's how that would be done.
But we are reaching out to other states.
We all reached out to the states. Trust me, I am.
And we got involved with already.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, that's what we're trying to have at its own proof. That's its own proof.
That is not going to be all the evidence. This region, all of them come, and we make a nation decision.
That's a fact. Money is just, people donate that money for prefabricated buildings. The money we don't want. Jump to the line, build a standing line, that money is for building.
You better stand in line,
Not
boy.
to make a store, to buy products for in the store, it's for building.
It's a joke. The law's a joke, right? I got something for you. We're gonna put a punch in it.
The first thing we're talking about is
It comes from this nation.
I am the nation. So the money coming from the nation.
We're all the time.
Okay, I'm talking about what we
Talking about me? Hey. You gotta say something. Please let me say something. Yo, listen, that money that we connected, it was connected to one purpose and one purpose only. That's it. It's not being used for nothing other than that. That's it. I decided to do my idea. For my idea, I decided that I collect money. That's what money is. The dog's lacking.
Let me say this, the $7,000 that we collected, only ones outside ourselves that have to say so about that money are the ones that contributed. Those that did not contribute, check this out. We had an idea. We made it form. It's being manifested by those that contributed had the same idea. We had plenty of meetings. Right? And of course, as far as a national decision, how many people are in our nation? How many? So, we feel before the body, and we think that if we agree to it here, they'll be done. Alright, so that's it. Like you said, we shouldn't go accountability. But our initial goal, if you can remember, was to get $100,000. It didn't happen. It hasn't happened. We're still building towards that end. And another thing, as far as the documentation on papers that we're going to need to in order to do it, that building department does all that, if paper is still, all the other buildings that they will handle all that. Matter of fact, they will set down the foundation because they want this justification to be right before they put anything there. So we're clear. We're just trying to make you clear about what direction we're headed in with the money earmarked for the prefab bill. But essentially, we